Hi everybody, welcome back. This is Kim. I'm really glad you're here. Today's video is going to be about Windows Sandbox. I'm going to tell you what it is and how to enable it and briefly how to use it. So before we get started, please don't forget to subscribe. And if you find this helpful, please also click like. I'd appreciate that. Okay, so let's get started. So what is Windows Sandbox? Well, it provides an easy way to launch a self-contained virtual environment. What does that mean? We'll go into that in a minute. It can be used to surf the web, especially if you want to go to questionable sites. It can be used to test apps, especially ones that may be potentially harmful to your computer. Everything is deleted when the sandbox is closed. That's the key here. No extra licenses needed. It's built into Windows 10 Professional, not included in Windows 10 Home. So you need to have Windows Pro to use this. But it's a really great way to protect your computer if you're going to be doing something that you're not entirely sure is safe. So, yeah. Okay, so why use Windows Sandbox? It's a lightweight desktop environment to safely run applications in isolation. It basically creates it just looks like a window. So it's a desktop. It creates a whole nother instance of your desktop, but nothing that's installed on your computer is in there. I think it just has a browser. But you can install things. But it makes a nice clean spot for you to test things out. Sandbox is temporary. When you close it, all the files and software are deleted. A brand new instance of the sandbox opens every time. So you basically have a program, let's say you downloaded from somewhere, and you're not entirely sure if it's was developed by the proper person. It might be, spyware or have a virus in it or just some janky piece of software, and you don't want to risk your computer. You open up Sandbox and install it inside the sandbox, and then you can see if it really works or if it's just not something you want or if it does something terrible, whatever. And then you just close Sandbox and it's gone, and it has not damaged any part of your computer. So it's really cool. However, nothing currently installed on your computer will be available in the sandbox. You must install them in the sandbox to use those applications. So like if you wanted to open up a sandbox and use Office, you'd have to install Office inside the sandbox, even though it's already installed on your computer, because this is a whole separate compartmentalized area. I don't know if that makes any sense. As we go on, I think it'll make more sense. So here's some examples. You found this cool app online. It's not clear who created it or if it's safe. Open Sandbox Mode and run it in there to test. If everything seems great, close Sandbox and then install it on your computer. Surfing the web. Microsoft Edge is already part of Sandbox. You can install Chrome or any other app for that matter. You can put Firefox in there. You can install games. You can do anything you want. If you're logged into the browser, however, your history will be saved. So that part's not temporary. So if you install Chrome and you log into Chrome or log into like your Gmail or whatever, that history will be saved. And keep in mind that this sandbox offers no more anonymity, not any anonymous, than browsers in private browsing mode. So if you're using this to try to have private browsing, that's not really what it's about. It's more about testing things than keeping your stuff private. But it does go away when you close it. And like I said, unless you log in, then your stuff will be saved, like in your browser. Because the browser syncs up, like to your phone or to your, like if you log into Chrome, it'll sync your settings across all your devices. So the same thing with, other, any program that you log into. If you do something while you're in the sandbox and you're logged in, it will sync to your other, to that software. I guess, if that makes any sense. So if you just want to test something, maybe don't log in, just test it, see if it works, and then if it works, great, close it, then close the sandbox, and then you can install it on your computer hard drive. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to turn on Sandbox Mode. If you go down to the search bar, down here on your computer, just type in turn Windows features on or off. So I have that right there, and the very top one will be turn Windows features on or off. And when you click on that, you'll get a list. This is what the list looks like. Just scroll down basically to where it says Windows Sandbox. I don't have a screenshot of that, but you just basically scroll down and then you just click it. So all you do is click the little box and then click OK, and Sandbox Mode will be on. If this does not work, you'll need to go into your BIOS and turn on virtualization. I think by default it's on in most manufacturers, but you may have to do that. So you'll have to find that in your BIOS and enable it so that it lets you use Sandbox Mode. Okay, so once you have it turned on, enabled, then go to your list of programs and scroll down to W, or there's the little up higher, there's a little hash mark thing. You can click on that and it'll go A, B, C, D, has all the alphabets. You can click on W. I don't know if you knew that. I don't think I could show in this. No, I'll have to exit the screen thing. So, okay, anyways, scroll down to the W, find Windows Sandbox, right mouse click on it, and select Pin to Start. And then it will be saved over here in your Start menu. And it's available anytime you want to use it. You don't have to do that. You can scroll down every time. It's entirely up to you. I just wanted to show you an easy way to get to it quickly. So now I'm going to show you how to use it. If you have an application that you want to test, the easiest way to use it in the sandbox is to save the executable file to a flash drive. And that way you can access that from the Sandbox Mode. But that may not be the easiest. You would think it would be, but you can also just copy it. So on your computer, highlight the file, Control C, or right mouse click and choose copy, and then open Sandbox Mode, and then you can either open the file from the flash drive, you can point to it using your Windows Explorer, File Explorer, or if you copied it, you can just paste it. You click in the desktop area where there's no icon and press Control V, or right click on the desktop where there's no icon and select paste. And then the file that you copied will be pasted right on your desktop. So this is what Sandbox looks like. Just a blank desktop. See, you have your File Explorer, so you could go in and get from your flash drive. Here's your browser. Another browser. Here's Recycle Bin. But here is where I clicked on paste, and then this is the file that I copied. And then you could just double click this file and run it. If it looks great, then awesome. You don't have to worry about this program. You can do this with any program. So you just install it, use it like you normally would, test it, run it through its paces, make sure that it's what you wanted. You can surf the web, download apps to test, install anything you want, test it, put it through its paces. Then when you're done, just close the sandbox. Just close the X on the top. You'll get this warning, which basically says, are you sure you want to close Windows Sandbox? Once Windows Sandbox is closed, all of its contents will be discarded and permanently lost. So you just click OK and you're done. And then that window just closes and you're back to your normal desktop. And if you want to open it up again, just follow the same process. All you have to do is go down to your shortcut that you created on your Start menu, open up Sandbox, and either go to the web and download something to test, or if you've already saved something, you can open it that way. If you've already copied it, you can paste it. It's really a useful tool. So if anything is even the least bit questionable to you, whether it's safe, try it in Sandbox first. But remember, you have to have Windows 10 Pro for this to work. Anyways, hope this was helpful, and I hope that it answers your question on what this Sandbox is. I know a lot of people see it and don't really know what it is, so that's what it is. An area to play with stuff and not hurt your computer. So anyways, thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time.